some of your money. Yes, you have. I did chomba take to us, and I did a I did chomba take to us, and I did a can tell about to 5 cities. I'm back to Zogakaya, Jibril Alpha. Yahutia and a chair, you name the air. Your piano to a phone, so much about the crow, the motto.
Promises. I say immediately he will see to us, and in the long term he will see to us. Joke kakra President Koya say I can vote anka wambahano enu mo adani news. Enu na mo it was not a joke. Enu mo amfanya asem. Joke kakra President here no. Enu na mo di aya asem. Journalist mo so ye ni anje mo ho. Afen so baby a nsuo na adu no. Emu eye tum, eye black, eye fake, bomba, emu yinkan. Nature say yarea bim, seriously contaminated. Inti yeda ho crosses and siona, yarea beba no, we can't contain it. Inti you need this kasa no pay. We need immediate action. Either omubema and road a befa so akọ camp or normal barricade you know. River no, and now they evacuate the people back to town so that they won't have to be crossing all those waters again. And then
the government is going to do everything in its powers to assist to make sure that things are all right. I think everybody here, and I hope you take the message all across North Tongu, South Tongu, Central Tongu, that when these things happen and government acts, politics does not come into the matter at all. When I took the oath of office as president, I took the oath of office as president of every single individual in Ghana. Of all peoples in Ghana, all districts, and whether they voted for me or not, once I have taken the oath, I am the president of all the people. So, Togbe, you and your elders, I want the people here, you, beginning with you and the elders, to understand that when something like this happens and government acts, government is acting for Ghanaians, all Ghanaians.
You see, he sounded a bit irritated in his speech here. And I think the mistake was that he chose the wrong location for this thing.
Well, we shall go. Yeah, mama, you know, one who say videos near body na ye Water Lake. We have Water Lake disaster no one sense him. And this week I have very controversial. But ma good evening. I mean ma wakwaba. Jasu you made all live on radio stations. Say yeah, I would be say no. And yes, I'm online. So, but we are live on OK 101.7 FM. So it was Ship House Abeka Junction. Despite media, no. You have me VIM Lady affair poke and then President Asem. And I quack of fast yaba. Mamika will say, Ubetia program me live, or high live radio, who take live when we got you FM more crooked to me. And I would take program is so live or so or King's Jersey Radio, or live or NASFA Radio or UK, or Cassa or program we saw, or live or France and Belgium, and what done for Pa Media, and to all live or beer, just a year broadcast, I'm all beer. Now, the major thing about President Asemo Kokan, would the NT or Himani why this has become an issue, but Nina Bekefua Besi say NPP government is under pressure. It appears pressure no. And our penny is excellent in another danko kufuado all feeling no. Pressure no is getting to the president. Now I'm a president, I am frustrated. Frustration, you know, and I'm a president, they can't say no. But you blame the president, you can blame his handlers too. Because it appears as a Ghana, no, you slow penny and you briefing be a man. Yeah, President Makacha Modada say, President, a chief of communication or Jubilee House or PMPO. And to know why you busy here in the MP campaign. Nobody is telling the president anything. Obianka president no crunch no. Because I say me what kind of beautifully. The other cocan who say Mokramon to mam no cocan. And we see a lot of things are happening to your president or Tiakunyasui. Bebrayan to me that 1 week ago. Water lake disaster by I say me where crying disaster where spillage I nim say ensure ebeto nyina metro for say afi ensure beto last year and metro for meteorological services department here anyakote kwa ni team ka say this year rainfall no be higher than last year. We know this. And you dey look at how Ghana handle COVID. Na Nigeria for crash the Buhari. The president will handle COVID beautifully. Except Sika Amujidi here kakreya or airport here. They see the moon to me content. Mimi Sika Aquacodim Zad, a shimmy besine. Oh, baby, 150. Yes, yeah, testing. Yeah, the idea of something that Nuguchi could have done for a cheaper cost. Kolebu could have done for a cheaper cost. You could find a company for buy. Besine. Sikane won't change the Kofa this airport Sikano. $150. Oh, back Ghana beer $150. Oh, beer or two coin around COVID, $150. Besine ye gusu je COVID relief levy airport. Oh, don't near my back or COVID relief levy. Oh, got the other receipt. This COVID relief levy was so besine. Ye mu akonte bianche. Yes, see at the cat. And it's up. Oh, they look at even oh, they are Sikana Yaje didn't point oh, they are fatunche. But there's no argument say Ghana COVID need the Ghana manage it. It's in a Ghana yenya crisis. And look, yen say COVID beba. See America, see China. We knew say it was coming. But look at even the time frame for COVID. Can it shorter? But say the VIM the fight here lockdown. Yeah, the police for good chrome and yeah mount quiet mount. You say compare how we have handled this Volta Lake issue. Yen say damn near man ye be we know. Every year, Bia and himself Burkina for damn yama on baby, we know. But I'm planning. Wouldn't the I am planning because OBS can anymore be because COVID did the Sika woman call for bedin on the VIM any other year. Even look at how the president was communicating with us. COVID time, the president was careful about his communication. Just say it was so strategic. Fellow Ghanaians not president here. It was so strategic, say. President asem crowd bow about 8 o'clock. I will penalty, you know. Because cash woman team or president speech or more EFS stream or they manage it carefully. But above Water Lake, dear, Moon himself from a video say me from a pro where you pro district, pro east, pro west. A Fladia all the way from north. Basic Bruno. Basi kwa aba basi a voter eba basi akoto mo eastern a flood ho nyina such a major issue amunim sa afi ensuo beto metro fo aka kire mo dada motiati ministerial committee national committee on this issue but skabi animti o yatena ho na de no aba be hankrofo said ya modi police fo ni soldier fo si krom e ma mo enforce lockdown ade na man fan krofo nko say ya ye dormitory bi kra mamo mo amoko because to kase nipa ntu ya ba be spell down nipa ntu a oni baabi ko otu akwen nipa ni baabi ko a otu akwen amount ben na mo de ma ese fanye disaster enne ya ameka se ye rakwabna donko wo ye NDC MP pro ono release sika se not mo fo nje no mo fan koto relief items e man krofo MP government no se nya de not mo fo de contract be ma party chairman for party executives. Me say not more juma nyina from tete besi ne not more contract nyina de ma party for ya de ma party for de be kwakoye party chairman for regional chairman o ma tete e mo anad mo be supply kenu amode aden na mo ka say ever if munim say e be spell down ne me nka de chi ya you have boats there not more for standby boats amode evacuating for we de ma twen I found for we and be a prepper, baby, ni baby. We did not plan this disaster because we didn't plan this. And my president, I frustrated. No, but president, you can't blame anybody. You can only blame our government. Oh, and this is the pressure NPP face, you know. A lot of me see, I think when me can hear what OKFM 2019, me see a Ben be a second term. We ye mistake, the NPP form second term. On be mistakes back to back to back. NPP full soldiers see baby di matem say, hey, na me de be answer phone na me can get away the one no. E be crashing, e be so share. The only no can or to one no kate. You cannot cry. Politicians never listen. They never listen. And the president, why are frustrated now? And your man for now, water lake, no sooner we are victims. And he had never call Muzo. You must, anger, no frustration, pour it on petty forum. From the ministries, agencies, department to the national committee, now what you say, and Kadia will almost solve a problem. They failed you. Nobody failed you. They failed you. President, didn't know I frustrated. And then I did judgment debt against government. Yes, you a target to a major party in UK. Yeah, they will attach it and garnish all that and sell it. Nobody at government problems every day. Ignore as some auditor general back so Ghana account. Only a sick and everything is so called diversity status. Communication, strategic communication, diversity communication status. We have pressing issues. I was a president when God said they be a fellow Ghanaians. Now, for this issue has affected about 4 regions. 4 regions. I think now Becca said, Nana Hima say, oh, the president was joking. Now, I understand Nana Hima, menene ya dream back on, menene ya dream of Fabiso menene ya dream. Because see, yes, president I can't send baby, I promise to obey ABCD. I said, no, can any joke. In any case, a joke, a president or a practice, one big. There is no way the president should have thrown in. If it is a joke, it was a bad joke, and the timing was wrong. And Kofoja Padia say that is no time for you to play jokes. It's a joke, Asem. And over Castle, oh, media, and I am oh, media, and I blame you. Masa, say Nkofo ya more propaganda, media, and come home. But you see, media for your critical questions. Because Asem no, wait, Asem a president go here, we free more, and Asem o kind into sni. And now they can't want a man in Yama. Why say it? Why wouldn't him say media for Obia journalism school? As some Obia answer bad news it sells. It will what by that you are struggling with an inflation of 42%. Inflation, they say Ghana inflation 42%. Why do you make a joke around this time? And Kawote committee no your man almost say to say their COVID, their devotees say money fanya. Any a man committee ni sika se monye monkoto boat. Monko pet school be cry monsiesie. Mon pet dine bin siwo because I dey met you for catch that they say so ni be yiri. Eti munim say so ni yiri be bia akosomo because from Burkina Faso ni bia omo dey yes will be forced to open hours. Ya ma musika mon pet dine bin say yenta abo kra na containers here. Esisi habo free. Oh rade. Hey Ghana we don't plan oh. Ya wo containers be here hisi habo. Over bank me how many America say bear 2 million containers. You bet to me the containers to cry a temporary accommodation for people. Nina ya nye yatna man kofa insua for mo because obi anyway say means 10% to be our more beje dintina. Ya find simple. Na president then the frustration kogu nkofo so say mo kra mo nto mame. Why make even that comment? Why say that at this time? Wa ban ho kire. Why would you so bagana be a so why make jokes? Say I'm passing jokes now make here. Yam planning her in this day and age, ya Ghana ni bia bay. Anum Dubai for to me no a punsio and chini woman no. Omu to me no. They are water flowers. Ye dear vegetables, ni fruits. Uko Dubai 365 days in a year. Ubedi mango. Ubedi okutuo. Ubedi grapes. 365 days in a year. The beer, flowers near green. Every day, Dubai, Dubai. Ghana crowd, ye tribe rotation. Ye desalination plants, no. Ye to me no a punsio. Every a tree and chinny film, ye the matechi for. Any Ghana of part of Temani Adina, Yanebi. Into a mind way, we have the potential, say, and ki bet me a pet solution. It's here to me underground reservoir. Hey. akoso mo ewu nim say by next year berry empanifo no ye calculation every 10 years bi akoso mo dam na we enti nsuo we a ye twagui next year akoso mo ne berry ebesa me ye nya another level of doom so by ye nya hunu hu Missy Ghana, you were expert in penning for paper, or the question paper. VRF one year, they've written papers upon papers. And actually solution. And I cost months you bet in your chain. Ya store near their generating electricity by Brony Bayenti. Yeah. There be a penang quad, ya bay. Where's a miss? We go see 6-unit classroom block. We wait to 100,000 Ghana cedis near the Ama Party chairman. We'll see 300,000 Ghana cedis. No, I just 2 billion a day. Yeah, the church at 10%. And non uncle for pay. Long-term solution. Mokoma broach the one man. People are thinking long-term. Yeah, Pennyama 20 years, 30 years in chairman. They are thinking for the future. Yeah, yeah. Nti COVID ba ye de na ye beji bi edi no mo me enko testing kofo ne enje 150 testing kit na nkasa wo kapoma enu 50 Ghana nti $100 na aka ni nyina enko kofo botom aya ase ye adwuma ye nya hwe we $100 bi eni ma beji edi nti no ye nya na obi awu ebi wu anya hwe Ghana de sad that we allow these things to happen, and unfortunately media me the politics of it. NDC for be the political presence in Pevo whatever for SM. Asemi akoso modern yasemi. Any water region can affect you. My both videos are from north. Water a white water, a black water. Ni nyina Ghana. Besiko ebesi dambai. Oti region. Kapa aboto ase insuring am ho nyina disaster ni bi nam ho. All the way to akoso mo. But yeah, the unnecessary politics. What na propaganda for any bemuno? Unnecessary politics. But you see, you cannot blame those who are doing politics. One cocan, you will not give the person the meat to do the politics. One cocan ye. Oko e na president said, "Oh man is switchy." O say, "Oh my bata me babe boamo." President there. Asemba. Me money obi at me buy me some cement there, me some mattress there, me some ye nkanya no. But you chose to say that. It is obedient politics. Sometimes you can't blame the politicians too much. Or the woman chance NPP monaka mo opposition. And a mahama coca see and come some spinning. Yen in Ayategana, na mahama coca drain flu, obia spinning. You spend it. It is a president that coca and as NDC also spinning away a normal politicking. A normal one can. What now? Kuku ni jayataki kaki kanibejai. One can kaki kabiasunko. Oko kai. Now the mind. But it's more important. They said that Nanahima, baby, I mean Nanahima, I didn't say we have a solution to look for. Yet, idea where you are trying to said yes, no, where Jadam Besio. A baby, where Jadam, man, and Swafanko for. Meanwhile, I bet me I will have a still where Jadam, monsieur. Adies, you are no one crowd, a man crow for crandom. Broyen yet, or be a yamu 10% in the ayen. The Benyamu 10% Eddie, the Bayani D. You na assemble the bad politics here, and you can now mine a boca. And Ghana public debt, yeah, cha. Minu me and you be at the 300 Ghana cities. Ghana public debt. That is how terrible the situation is. What the Tanana politicians in that no more on your politics. You check Ghana public debt now, almost 600 billion Ghana cities. No, Minu me and you na ya the 300 Ghana cities. It's now no more on your politics. Trana more on your politics. Akoso mo damn issue no na we must address the issue now. I was say a dream ko abontene. Your dream beyond today. Your dream for the next 30 years. And yes, I may say first time baby and so come many scientists. But all the documents I read next year, akoso mokro ya berry. A berry. We have a doomsday waiting for us next year. A critical issue next year. It's one here. We will be forced to rely on gas supply. No, buida migrant and a secret to. This is the time and Kabuidam and Suabem. You have a thing generating more. Come that Buidam, you know, Buidam, my even 30% of a Ukra Kania. Because in Suela Bonusua, it is Suabegum no have Radin Coupon. Abroche baby, they will harvest in Suono. A brogana dear, there be a brofak as yet, a bachelor, a rich, Mr. Koshevia for engineers, any hydrologic if one being. These people, I'm not plan my brochure for any day. I'm trying to report beautiful ones. I'm the bag and pay for you implement your bronti. sika bia ni mu ayenye covid di sika wo mti won se ye di amasika na san ene say asa na ye nyina yete wo no asa government pressure no me say NPP me am kan sa say mo na kan politicians wo muntie reduce your scandals reduce your mistakes Gwana maso ade say national cathedral na ato nsuo mu sika na hye pedifo nyina so omu free so asem we me kan say many chairman general kan asem we say cathedral me ankasa have had opportunity with the president his excellency and ADDO we said that this is not the approach once asem we me kada I've had an opportunity many chairman general nyina to speak to the president about this I deal with number 1 location is a problem. Obey cathedral beautiful. Fako kaswa and then one say go for resigning. Penny for nkolao but omu nyina ombedi dance Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams or yame dance ni Archbishop Papa. Obedi dance say I mentioned this issue. Those who know. I mentioned that the same way. I say we are kolanti what doing so. And then omu nyina omo resign no. And now omu nyina resign. I had the opportunity to do some work with this committee. And I told committee, and he said, wrong. Number 2, in terms of priority, a issue. But you see, you can't blame committee because committee knows so their hands were tied. Committee ni penny for and a president say the way project or person but I guess committee members in penny for who say consistently, you can't no be the say. Say nobody a baby for. This is the problem. Committee rakenofoyata kofan and crofo. Committee first la dia kosidie. Rakenofoyata kofan nipa Dr. Poku biaba. Say Dr. Poku say Professor Poku say he should be the administrator. Seriously, Ghana. Obia person ade adenkesi ebu Ghana. Kenofoyata kofan nipa betena committee cathedral. What has Kenofoyata going to do with cathedral? Except for the fact that Abain Bekas or Bemesika, which Abain the Anokra should not even have come in. Yeah, the project where share churches no kwansa, Catholic Church, Methodist, Presby, charismatic for Kamboma, they can alone. They will come together, form a conglomerate, build this cathedral. That's the president now. Also, where's Gasha? Who saving out the supporter? You do that. And so, Kenofoyata kofa ni nipa betina committee ni sika so. Then they brought another company, be IT for be say, omo check it and then donation seriously. Hey, and yen same nyina na yebeka. Ye de besi anum say because near maybe one man. Ya ka se ye kan ho. Ya ka se ye kan ye bebu bodin. Me say chairman general de on be gene bo ne bo nie. Chairman general kan same way. Won say cathedral na say matonsuum. Chairman general kan same way. Bejo bo chairman general. Yeah, maybe one man, and you penny baby, ya Giniswa, but yeah, Cassam, but you do what you but also meet ye. But you call a solution, and so said, and we need solution for our people. And so no, a minute or money, we need solution for them. You're right. You could go to the Dakon, or engineer. Why, Juma, Ewo, Abrochimemu, a UK, now I had my one mile, you can also you can show her. In fact, you can say London, I had to say New York. No. New York is surrounded by ensure New York island, but I can't comfort it. Until say phobia. Plan no. New York ya island, Dubai, you book a pono boundary. I mean, actually a ponaba crop at the yacht, so planning, thinking, forward thinking. Yeah, there be. You be quite that's any map penny you be 10% here. 2 things no. Ghana for that's what we measure in. But that for Professor Jobin Debioka. We measure in the unnecessaries and minor in the we minor in them. It's sad. Good evening.
Good evening.
What do you think about President Asemi? My both videos in the actual said the uncle for disaster monacha said the omo want to there. It's just sad. Nagana for you, brother. There's no way we'll be getting here in this condition.
Say Mamichia Dedica, Mamichia with here for any Omwa or Oma tuning in 80 and some I come was or your memoir. Say Akosumo Dam and was a buyer. I asked Sema ɛhyɛ obiara so efi sɛ ɛyɛ adeɛ a ɛho hia yie sɛ ka ebitumi esi ano a ɛmfa ɔhaw ne friends sɛn musuo bi mmerɛ obiara na sɛdeɛ enim no nneɛma ankɔ yie nti from 5th September almost start bie ɔmo nsuo ne ɛdan na gate na ɛhwɛ nsuo no so ɛma ɛde nsɛm pii aba ebinom efie afa ebinom agyapadeɛ asɛe na odwen ho a ɛha adwin yie
Now people saw about president there no now we can earlier say it looks like why frustrated.
Ohwe said kasa no esikoye na or try so be responsible to criticism via about public media ne so as isan say ebinim say asem no esi wo voter region ni tif so ho na mfiti ase ne yetete say ho air flood nti no aban no emfa no na emum no say anka oye press conference ana nkrofo ebusa ne nsem ana oyi ano a ana oka bibisa anka beboa saa bre no nko bia obi bebusa no ho asem amoaka na se wakohia ahemfo ohene ne mpanimfo ene ne friends ne subject no ukoka saa asem ne saa na eno no ede nsem pii aba ene say wakoka se friends say we are president for all Ghanaians na voter for nto abama wono yes I don't know person oka de utimi hu but antaso ye kra nkanye se okoka ne saa se no o kasa no obi anadwen ba ma dwen mu friend saying former German chancellor Angela Merkel ana na omo kana ho asem a nkanye se otena so ebro one term but otena so cheye adentia no wotima asem bi ba the way a okeka ne ho ene nkrofo di nkitakita ho no obia koma ede atoriyem ntina nkrofo bi kura po kase yempe ma ni lidi enchi mema na mema ni be lidi a akoye se omuni abotere ana etima emaniema ekoso itiwe no na nka se o mampani eto no bo askakra na nkrofo ansem o okeka no na nkoka no ho na emom ye press conference na obi agusa ho asem na wo yi ano dia nka ye sure say obi aba ene ne be ya adwe ba se be bia kodu no ama enu mum abaye asem na ese ye ka batanye no na nia ensuo ha nkrofo ewo Ghana esi etimi ye bibi ma saa ade na etutwa na ya ntimi anya bibi ama eto ntwa na chese ya je binum egu eno na ya na conference mba.
Okay, engineer Kobe, people will come and him kakaya bled na connect to very soon because person busa your opinion on and bacho opening yawa na me busa question on president statement no so but opening why juma what can more planning UK one more grow here London because we do profile no my juma wo UK one ade UK so insure kase Thames River say one dan boa mo London insure ye japade kase no na yakoto mu a osaje po nye hwekura na nye no how could we have managed because yenim say insure no beto ene yenim say insure level no be kosoro and drew baby I was spell what could we do I bet me harvesting to the IBB ye to me nya
oh ye bet me I hu bibi it's just that when it comes to insure management you know there were a lot of implications ebini saying ohwe epo a eso bobo no ewo nsuo no eni nsuo nso de river de no ewo asase no nsuo no ase enti no edi enwura eni enwia mepre efri asase no ase ko nsuo no ade ano na no wan manage ni yi a no anhwe yi a wakofa other environmental problems aba eti fititama omu ye akosomu dami say name we nyina no omo dwene ho ene no
you are saying say nkuma time no mo ya akoso mo dan no o planning we nyina kan ho
omo dwene say name we nyina
nkuma kra planning we nyina kan ho say bedu e be
omo senti no omo ye gate no
wa
gate no say ensuo no ye ma ni e be spelia enti na ye gate no kenye sa ka omo nye gate so ati ase
okay
enti omo dwene said ye ebe affect omo ti ensuo na no kai say le binom ye etiti ensuo na no a omo didi omo aduan na omo di ane omo adwuma ye no efiri ensuo no enti no na yes over 80,000 people so move you on a safe place because you block ye no esoro hofo no nka entitiro no maybe bebre anye no nko a yarewa mebre ebae akosomo na river blindness and as amu abi e from nkontia na nkontia wie nkontia wie enti nkontia ene friends river blindness ene eniema yarewa mebre baya na hadwi enti aban no saa mre no omo hwe se eniema we nyina ehye ho eniema me kai say me war university first degree or Kwame Nkrumah University me study be a settlement because I was interested in settlement housing in settlement nyama I'm what friends school of architecture I want to mission there enti no sa nyama we nyina na me kenkan esuan ehwe said ye manage such settlement na nkrofo no omo edan na esi ma yensi mebre iti
ebinum that time no mo ya akoso mo down no plan no mo ya senke besi da mo ansi ni nyina
akoso mo down no de na edifi we pon de na America ba akoso mo de akoso mo de no de esanse ye chichiri ni se kuro no kuro na ankasa mo si dan na omo titi nsuo na no so omo ye settlement na nyomu nyina ana omo nya edan. But the idea is say anka umbetimi expand on development ni esikitu ebi ma na wo wetimi expand but ni nyina no anko unse di nyina we kasa nya esikasem it is kasem be mu a na kofa nsem pi aba but we knew say you see dam na ebe ha omo a omote esoro ene omote ase enti no esi ye hu bibi enti se ubekaya tama ensuo ni we pa dunso no ejina mu no that daily graphic every day be our publishing reading you publishing reading no adentia because technicians and engineers no omo friends measurement esisi ensuo no mu a omo take readings ne day bia enti nya ade a yenim akosoro abafemu yenim enon ana mo mutimi di yeden omo ye omadwuma na another important point
after Nkrumah no aban nyina ntumi amplane se da achi bi ensuo no kosoro a ye be yesei Nkrumah plan no wato wo yensi dan ni bi kranka ho yenye se ni nyina o ma amplane
se uhwa spillage na we need the west titi spillage no na ntisi this one me chelo ana esese no nso no yen population no I expand enkrobia ayekesechin said ye netie first no it be bu ho a na nkrofo ento ho sese nkrofo ayeden eto ho because ubehwa sese ni abrabo no say usi nkrandan ana akumasidan no akosi ukromu de krase de na de si ho enti eno no eno Emma
engineer Kobe so ebe joining and also channel on this issue because we need a solution said and no one say ebe can president akọ ye be kan nyina by the end of the day no enkofo so ne magu abonten wo munya ba bi na enkofo ankola ko be ko school be de no ma ko school it's a life threat na na ha me kaka say ye politics too much about their kind but and also the blame no president na ye de be ma no cause one ko kan obi amenya politics nkoye nti wa na pe engineer Kobi a year friends I'm going in pacho mamma oh edino crams I'm going in meboa
Amwamensa.
I'm mensa openi catch a president asemo kind what do you think about it openi o should akwa kase there be frustration and arch president what do you think
Yo, VIM Lady, every medical Pasakonya is not matcha with here for matcha. Your what's here for you? That's your esteemed and distinguished listeners. So I mean, I thought so. We're going to be talking about flooding, of course, and we are talking about flooding. The president's move kind of India on the other. Okay, this is. I think
flooding in a coffee away by opening.
But you know, VIM Lady, I think opinions are like noses, right? And I think that if we have to know, people see things in different ways. Assembly America, Abia, or Hema, how no. But the truth of the matter is this: we want to say President Akufo-Addo Assemna Okan, me hono miensa. One, either say a idea how obia ha ebimo, and I say ha ebimo pa, and I say enyeshi. Why do I say this? And I mean, that's what I say. I think so what's here? Assemna President Akufo-Addo Kaina. What's here? Or say, I'm not quoting him verbatim because I don't have his words here. But in general, what the president, Emerson Okaina said, or say, near SCA, Ghana for Assemna Atoye, and I may baha as a president in my capacity as the president. And see, may basse president, Ato me mount for nothing a member. No more, meaning say, I have one to a day, me. It is a cat, a basanka, about 120 and come and it's just a Kawana day and Kawama. You see, Obianan the way of Ohusa's statement way. For me personally, me as an individual, I don't have any problem with it. Me personally. You may decide not to agree with me. That is fine. But on the whole,
but was it necessary?
The question is Senkawan can crofobia kasana. I don't think Assembly. Assembly me want to say people are playing politics with it. And the president, he's matured enough and well experienced as a politician for his choice of words. But me, my family, they want to say, me, my munina, me, tiwana, me, tiana, Assembly. Assemna Okaino, one can in a bonnet socra, but I said, no, can a bimu epico sibi so. But say, Kawan Kasu Swa, Enka Ebebua, and Asenka Emboa. I think said, and no, Assembly.
And what is your answer to our question? One can.
Yes, but waka, VIM Lady waka, VIM Lady waka. And see, I personally
he shouldn't have said it.
You see, the question I think, sir, in the heat, maybe personally, they may want to say, flooding and as one country, as one people, no. Then will be adding Abaso say. Or twa bama and answer I have to say, Yaja, if you do her, Sabio, a Samka, a jack at Sredia, and my and ya, and then in a mano a day, and so say, a jack, and couldn't be a bear, Jahovia, Nessa, a baby, a Samatun ma, no, or Cochan ma, on Cassa, walk harm down on the summer. And then we have a bentin amaba. We have a bentin amaba the hill. Sanka a sanka was one day party. And yes, and can come in money day and mamma hill. As I'm living sanity or car, a dicker. Now so you catch a while. Oh, yeah, a banner.
Opening engineer, would your own hire a professor Amon and Wako school at Katiama. Opening Ghana for United tax. Yeah, the attacks in my Oman Penny. It is all Oman Penny, but Casse, a cartoon quadi, I meant Maha. ya to aba we are saying him fan and democracy obi abeto amani pa baako. It's not possible. But obi
VIM Lady,
tax
I think that is why VIM Lady, I think sir, that's why I'm putting it into context. Also, I said when my four time so actually, also man, one cast or see, and I'm seeing now or yet a crowding in our mano, and don't think the waba. No, say Kakoba, say, or say. Otu abama me and otu abama me ntina me ba dia ene en kene no ke yen hunu ha efisa hono yen to abama no and
Neti just say yen to abama by a tax dia woje
I'm not justifying
engineer yen to abama wo by the tax 11 omo no mutua 11 ni bia no mutua.
Oh yeah, 11 ni onye atua me pepe. Yeah.
Eti omutua 11 ni bi ah ye nyina ye de your money ya. Why that comment? It's also you don't have any problem. That's why I have an issue. Say the comment was just not the best. It was uncalled for in the context. No, now we hear so can.
You know,
because
VIM Lady, I have already said, sir, and different people and the way they see things, and say, Sabio, our president is very very well versed in politics and our experience. Many kind of say, baby, and you may see a quack say, as some now kind of one may be more quite say, bet me at chia assembly. And as I bring away this also, no, baby, and Pempensua, ya baby drew it, I would hear your woman. Me my drink a credible dear. Sankawa, Mossa, Samnesua, Nanka, Yakoya Nimbebre. Now, so, and I'm saying, a boss, I said, in ground. Solutions are a bit in Yasha, at the Massa, at the Yanchem way, and answer, and send some way up to Yano. Yap, more problems now, Hobino. We are not even talking about these problems. We are not talking about these solutions. We are rather debating, or we are rather actually lamenting or talking about the issues that he raised, which we thought were uncalled for at that point in time. Which in my opinion is subjective, but maybe kind of say, regardless of the subjectivity, we should move on as a nation because the whole. I'm entitled to my opinion. People may not agree with me, but maybe in my humble opinion, if I listen to President Akufo-Addo from start to finish, as Semna Okan, meaning Mr. Okan say, or Ketia, or before Hodio so, and answer Oka, Amanayo Bia, Nemo, what's your chair? Said you be can answer, no, said you are some camp. Asemi wa ha o sa anya se o sa abobi akutia na so so bi tie chi a asa we de yesa de bo makutia anya bi wa ha o to a o de odwin se o to onyo na so so no bi gina nche a o se enum ya VIM Lady to e de eye mea mintia na wo to no na so e dara bi de la dwe kra and this
engineer okay you movie on yanko solution so ade and I make us a meteo for report say ensuo beto more than last year. They told us already. Engineers say OVR will report one my chest away ABC. Ensure no cost why they will be forced to spill. We knew this. Did we plan well? You see our national committee. On it. What work did the committee do? Did the committee plan up any that come member also did the one our architects in our UK who manage London chrono? Did the committee do a good job with this issue of any?
The Eddie kind may kind a few background information. Say fiase ebo efa ade so ebisi no ho ye general friends simulation exercise say esia eden no be ye but anye no baby mebre ye no say 3 places be pe enti no na committee no setting up too late ministerial committee to coordinate BBR almost setting it up too late. And Katamwa, yes, fiase bode runa na say prepare no. Sa time no and I say eshase. Maminka BBR akoso modam besi no. You see, I feel 1 year before no voter authority almost set committee and so many friends agencies contributed. Almost anyone contributed. Farmers Council, Army, University of Ghana, Legon, a friend is saying National, say you're from National Planning and Development Commission, almost any encrofo P freelance for any adina working together to get the dam started. It's your record or say sa adwuma no ehu here so much said bibi besi wo ho a yetimi ka ehu bom ama yetimi eye adwuma na we no menjin di say ahoboabo ano ye niye ya anye ahoboabo ano eye ana asem no so enye siye no won say where there is no news no every the obi abeka no na be news.
I know, right?
Enti no say aban wentimi amwa amane friend saying MP Okrujeto obeka say onu kura ya amona amane eze that say ye be ede ye bibie speedway no enye say ya amona amane si e bona amane ana okasa nso a eno nso ya asafofo but nke si e bo mu nyina amane because wohwe onipa dasani a ya ka cho say nsuo no beba ho enzo ye ma hoda nti obeka say men onko obeka say obetena ho na eden na e ma ada ensu no nani bo no ho totoro na we dia afa no numum nti no esi ye keka ye ho said ye na wo ka no wohwe covid said ye ahokeka no esi ba ye na emaniema eyeden ekoyi another aya anye
okay, so penitentiary will be also will compare COVID not to where you manage COVID here, but this one you are managing here.
Because COVID ne yenya ti yana me kasa me free UK ba Ghana around early part of 2020. Me bedru ha no ayisha na ekoso no na wo ti UK na ayisha ekoso hapa but UK kura no mu kika omo sa ba ban no dini na esi ohun say ye didi agora ye niska ebe ha dwen ana ade ba ko so amahunu say ekro na no yi bomb yi eno no
apiate ana
Bogosu side recently done mining company explosive
only din the apiate
Ure said yes, responded, and abansi respond now. It was piecemeal. A year before. And some are no mokikano, then twasum, and crofo bufu ye. A piani way a dear yaye. Na said ye now can be said, a buying aso afwa, bois communication. A ya no communication in some nibu or omusisio, who ye, emeka, emma kuma, and talk when nipayem. Ema ya mankrofo bufu we no ahoboabo ano nap mofo omo aboabo amho ami kesi ya di ami niba omo obotu a ombetimi di atwe nkrofo ten obeka ya emire bi nkrofo bi yese ka omo fa omo ti omho afri voter ready yes suma police for the army for within days omo shutting it down e hwajojo prekope adentia anomo no ahokeka no eye omo ye ne ntem adenti na niam ebu ho a ye keka ye ho na niam ebu ho a ye nkeka we die nikuranim.
So we are not using military no cry said the 48 engineers regiment this one they could have easily dealt with it me boy
nikure combat me aboa ama aniema akoye nkanka se ye yi enkrofo afiri omufie mu akọ dryland no aka ye behia om de omu boat no abesisi ho ama ya sesa nkrofo ten ama onkrofo ho ehihia nkrofo ho ehihia
we say I mean the way you prove NAC honorable Kwabena Donko NDC MP ono kra na ne odisika just an admo for no kranika pre ono akoma omu sika o say omo fa oniema MP no na omo fa ni krom ni just very terrible na we one ekoton gari amwenya ni daily bread one ekoton bank one
asifim
ensure for bebia and how can opany President Koy and Cordin Niema Koya, perhaps that would have been the headline rather than the
na me chese sa eniema konokra me ya na me yenye nyaadi because it's more of a token gesture. Chinse ye be planning. Omampani a asemesi a wo resources. Yesike nyina wona uma hutu me. Ade na wo bibia ba na akwa na akuta blanket mienu a friend saying 100 bags of rice. Debbie. The full resources to be deployed. A friend is an MP and also ama mienu a it's okay. But omampani de okwa na agencies ni nyina omaduro te say omo ko rally a cast tin no sa pepe ananka ese ne na so afo no omo boa ema eniema a omo hia boat omo hia kuntuo omo hia tent sa niema we nyina nka ese ye de aba that etieno no ye ma ye nye no token gesture ne ye de akọ eya na eno no egu ya konwa no hufi egu ya konwa no hufi pa sa donation na
this question about so when I watch na UK for my planning London chrono meaning so we aduma over 20 years again to me just long term solution say we jada mani ebie na asem crofo niema afi bia akoso mo ni ebie bagina Burkina Faso. Is it not possible some abroad you want to me harvesting fine bibi said my Thames River any ade yen to me nyebisa
eniema BP but ni nyina ejina sika built environment planning no in Ghana no one of the big problems is say plans na planning department ya no eda chef so ana obia eye de ope etu uhwa anka krobia no ye what we call district planning committee omo na ese friend say district bia no omo hwe planning wo ho na obi ensisi adan basa ana say untimi fa wall enkoto baabi ese nsuo eden efa ho sa niema na yenye enkrofo osisi edan ewa chechem enye so omusi dan ewa chechem enso no wanya planning wanya building permit no osi dan ewa chechem adan ensuo ba ebe hadi de edu obiem ni say apart from physical planning niema na ese ehwe ho asem yen water bodies nanu ya niema mienu asi enkrofo anka omuhwe nsuo ho asempa ya water company Ghana Water Company but Ghana Water Company ni kura no ohwa omadwuma no enkwachi because yentimi supply nsuo ewo efie biemu ewo Ghana
yeah but penny we dey sanke bro Ghana Water so we me patch say
make asemba okay make asi asem so say omo na ese omo planning for our future water consumption
okay
so what you say water consumption say the be a drought ne ba yen kotonsuo enfia brochire ansa na ya yenyabian ana debia ensuo to a surface water ni nyina na ahohoro akogu epunum yeni enough strategic water reserves ebema ensuo no yetimidi bia eden egu ho ni ehia ya eden ye bie ama ebiaba uhwa in the past few years the past 10 or 20 years no friends climate change in some no edi nsuo ho asem aba omebia eso
true
omebia wo nsuo ho problem a omo hwe ho asem eka na ebinom I build canals omudi nsuo no yeden egum ebinom so asidan wasase ase a omutwi nsuo ekogum Japan say no omo asidan wasase ase a omutwi nsuo ekogum now uhwe volta no esoro a dam no lake na echi ho na mountains pi wo ho sa mountains nya akreti uhwe ayi na omo akreti valleys intino we can investigate and research and see say ye said the omo Swiss canal ne Panama canal ye diverti ensuo ni ye mase ni ebetimi a diverti bi akọ sa valleys no mu a ebe yi ana all those ideas should be looked at na ni nyina no beko wi ase no sikasem
sika de opani ye wo bi nti sikasem de ye to ye wo bi na misplaced priorities e high ye wo bi
me share voter dam no. You see voter dam no sikani na came to about $196 million.
Eh?
Sagran
You see from all the way from north one babesi no.
Akosomo dam nkwano, Akosomo dam.
Okay.
$196 million. Now, you could G 200 million as the Koya Saglaman. What happened? Yentimeni, as you are Akosomo. You are Akosomo dam. Oshe go dam on swa, and also Sikano, it was a friend say, yes, say 196 the 196 million. Anna,
196 million here. Akosomo dia na okon. Pom no say ahen.
196.
Pom dam no say 196 million. Dollars and cedis.
Dollars. Kai say Akosomo 196 and Akosomo dia no. Si ene yesese a e bedu bia be billions. Say sika no mo use here no. So na me che no. Na enu ade anka me pesa me kan say wo hwa omampani osajefo na this way hu ani ni leadership no ene ye eniema akese sese no yem problems na do so amantuni empenimfo no omuni adisie friends any
swadi hu vision.
You don't have a very big ambitious vision because we are constantly being grappled with small problems bia and can yes and ne cry a boss or ye memoirs. And so no one eguso resolve and I yesika samoso aye basa. Ya bobi siam yesika samay basa. And you know, we need a lot of strategic assets. But strategic assets ni no bebre no yenye hu adwuma.
Okay.
Yenye hu adwuma.
But
there's a positive news.
Is I will say see an problem that war mind my doors and I'm confusion I can't penny for no.
There be just say uba anka uvision no it shouldn't be just dealing with small issues. So I say your vision should be dealing with big issues it's about our future. And yet but because ye German MP assigning no most of the time who can manifesto now there is no any big vision. Party manifestos don't have a big vision here and they transform it. We share NPP this past 8 years. The biggest vision was the free senior high school. Adentia because we were losing over 100,000 children every year on the street. So that is a big strategic vision. However,
okay.
But here say almost started thinking big and taking bold actions to implement bold schemes. Okay. I bet transform here. But some bold decisions, and share a friend is saying special initiative. We spend so much money on so-called one dam, one district. Eventually, the president had to collapse that ministry. It did not really achieve the intended purpose.
Ministry of 1D1. There was no ministry for 1D1 therefore.
There was special initiatives.
Yes. How I come see ministry, no?
Exactly.
The 1D1 have not cancer ministry, no?
Yes.
Ministry no can achieve it because this would have been one of the.
It was not ambitious.
Okay.
It was just small scale schemes, which was not ambitious enough. Ye on penifone so mubibio on my dream. No my ambitious project. It's expensive. But who organize it in year? You beat me then, you beat my year. I catch for them about what for no more. Reports ni nyina wo ho kire say ene must be etimi ye water reservoir no the ehia pa titulu say ye irrigation agricultural irrigation schemes na anke ye de be ye but ye
okay
the vision is not big enough.
Okay, Obani mama me na ase wo honam pese engineer Kobi ba na na te ko de because issue ya na hema kan ya o say ye eno na ya kan no say solution nka we ye dua banche wo ho kran ka by now enke ye ko engineer Kobi wo camera na my problem because say ye hu anim kran so I don't know how we'll deal with it but now ejada ko kan about long term solution say other country to me build it underground a reservoir ye betime e BBC our Ghana to solve this problem. Because of penny next year, no, ensure akoso mo year berry. The next year, you're ready for doom so. Engineer
Yeah, VIM lady, sorry, I'm having some technical challenges with my camera, so forgive me. But I hope my voice maybe at least with Mote. Yes. Yes. You see, solutions. Yeah, solutions are normally your short-term solutions, medium-term solutions, and long-term solutions. And either of these three are defined by a whole lot of factors. And you want to brain any decided say obey solution is short-term, medium-term, or long-term. Me patrol, my main assemble. When we say me penny engineer Kojo also da kukase be say in the last 8 years. The government has not put in any strategic program, Bibisa, but I think so later on he came back to correct that statement by saying so the free SHS is one of the biggest strategic projects. So I think that's a good one.
I think he's referring to strategic program in terms of flooding, say in this solution, say water.
Okay. I think that's what. Okay. No, so I get that point. Maybe when he said for the solutions, so the bottom line is this. Let's call a spade a spade. The country as a whole, in my humble opinion, based on my experience, I think that we have failed over a period. I mean, we have failed. And maybe reason let me say, is there the national development plan? I believe, sir, all sides from all political parties, we should go back to the drawing table. The national development plan is something that is critical because there is no single government, no party within an 8-year tenure will be able to come in short term to provide such long solutions. But when I say the engineers at VRA, those who have actually managed the challenge to date, because if you put all the factors into consideration, climate change, the issue of climate change. Climate change, it's real. The effects of climate change, and not only restricted to Ghana, it's global. And the effects, we don't even know the real effects until we are learning. Into the American constitution, some of the solutions, irrigation dams. It would be beautiful, thank you, for irrigation dams as a solution. Say, spill off maybe bar, you bet me a channel to be used for agricultural purposes. But the question is this: is the land available? Water courses now. What are the existing water courses? Apart from that, do we have to relocate people? What are compensation packages? And then the volumes of water per climate change issues now. What's this here? Sometimes when it's so erratic, it's to be to me area. And to remember again, I was saying, as a nation, the politics at one chain. Both all the major political parties, we should accept that we have a major challenge at stake. We have a blessing in the Akosombo Dam because any country was a national asset, but our national asset it's a major national asset. It comes with responsibilities, and it's coming with responsibilities. We need to make sure we have all brains on board, all hands on deck, and honestly, we have the brains. We have the brains in this country because VRA.
Brains in there we have.
You are right. You know something, I mean, you see, what do you say? Since this dam was dam we Akosombo Dam, you see, as far as per the literature I have reviewed, for the last 25, 30 years, our spillages, it has not killed all kind of people. You think I said you're disaster be Ghana? No. As far as the literature review now, I haven't come across
West spillage effect. Or say this is the West spillage effect because
yes.
Properly.
Okay, so you see, I'm not disputing that. I'm not arguing with that. But the thing is, fatalities. I mean, if you look at fatalities, I don't think that we have reported any fatalities so far. And
we don't even have to report, engineer.
I agree with VIM lady, I'm trying to draw a base reference point. If you made me land that, I don't think I'm saying so. We need people to
school. You're trying to be who you're recording fatality and saying you're planning. No, oh, see damn no crow, see a diamond crow for Esi Akosomo Township. Esi. Nene, dear Mama, I see any biabano. Young train fatalities and sana because we had a national committee in place. And I want as a nation, we have failed.
Yes, also, I was saying a chop. I don't want us to be so pessimistic. In some aspects, no, we have been sleeping. But what I'm also saying is that all is not lost. Because you see, the point is, I'm not saying so we need fatalities. No, that's not the point I'm making. However, if you also look at literature, you see that even in America, in all those big countries, no, sometimes when they have these the spillages, people die. That is not to say, I was saying, all I'm saying is we should put measures, we are capable of putting measures in place to ensure that the atrocities and the level of hardship that we are encountering right now, we don't encounter it in the future. We should put in mitigating measures. I was saying
we have the main government is in place. You're reporting now her solution. Why didn't we do it? I ensure you from
VIM lady, I think it's a very good question. I think this kind of question with this kind of challenge or this kind of question, there's no right answer. There's no one single right answer. It's going to be a kind of words, right? Because for starters, some people are attributing it to climate change. The fact that our rainfall patterns have become unpredictable. That is one option. That's one argument some people are making. Another argument that people are also making is that, of course, there should have been buffer zones. There should have been buffer zones within which we should have cleared all our citizens. So why is it that our leadership failed not to keep these buffer zones? Because these buffer zones should be areas you can say who slept on the job. And I said, we should not be building in certain waterways. However, they are building in certain waterways. Who is allowing these people to build in these waterways? And who slept on the job? If you see the challenge, you say, Sanka, I knew we are SCA. Sanka, you say, DC, you say, planning officer, you're sucking on, you're in the next time, I knew we ended the NCPO.
Okay.
But I knew we
yeah, I think the scale of the water and the land area Akovan, it is not so much of OBSC dying and I say Wakotna. This is a very large area of places are occupied.
I agree to that.
The whole problem is Ansana is only be true, critical level 270 something level.
Yeah.
Na omo hweso omuni. Me sure say omo report to asem no ema ban several times. Say sector minister, energy minister ye bo na mane ama ko do efficacy Jubilee House say nsuo ni ekosoro esi ye hu bibi esi ebie because obu take readings every day So let me tell you. The man crofo funi say yenya sa information ni atranwa. In fact, I agree with you. Climate change. Insuring to sada. But the sad reality is say, who kind the history of dam no now we share spillage any times are in sona kosoro aba femina. They be a bedroom maybe the next 2 years. We won't say dam no ebe kofem bium.
Eberry.
See that ebe kofem kura na ve ya started to generators no say yeah pump. So no. And I want to see why baby. And the only reason is that it should be a government initiative. In the past 7 years and now 6 years now, our water bodies management has been galamsey. In has been how galamsey has polluted the water. Again, another man-made disaster. Water nasemino. It has been with us for a very long time. Tama President Mahama Wawa Doomso was causing trouble. Ninsuna drop krama. Water lake friends and VR4 8 generate enough water. So on the channel enough power. I didn't think wa massive in Suna Bukam Swa. Ye they say Gasa ye Japadi. Yen Sasi, Yemfu, any end.
Yeah.
Okay. Mammy to us because at the end I can say solution any idea.
Lady, so can I just say something quickly? Yeah, so I think what's many opinion Engineer Kojo also there it's important. But also I kind of issue say in council no the solutions are they feasible akwanya bi o says science so we betting aye dams be irrigation purposes. So the beya ensure no bua so a entimi kwa say ye hwensuo gu asay
when I'm engineers, let me say when you're hot, you bet me the dam. Make cry me engineer.
We should be
so I am why you committed pass your face can be way and way I had bay.
Yeah.
I want a problem.
Yes.
We don't put the money where our mouth is. Just say and then here. But anyone may face your cost because your black stars for no so dear grobia or yakuma. You see, can be an idea dam and echo black stars. My couple friend is in the army Asham or Mexico Asham, US Asham. We they are side this way, see means. When Conform and didn't go for good or more cut to Mbotomagis getting tea. You ever come to opening mammy just brief a Navico. And if you are many fellows who you ever black stars, how much money or more cost our friend this way? Sikaben again in your home because they say, I'm watching. Yeah, I am if young Koji, I am if Sikans and my black stars in my mom because she's cannot and me a home batch. Penny just finally there's 30 seconds there now. Opesa or candidate or no?
I think, sir, we need a new approach to dealing with Akosumo water rising and water falling. We need a totally new approach because in most times, it has become the headline news when the water has dropped below level and drop one may cause huge problem for the dam. And so far, friends, initiative, and I hope, say, from this episode, we can now sit down and develop something. Some interesting thing I've also discovered. So say you're setting up Ghana Hydrological Authority, which deals with water bodies issues in Ghana. It is our new authority. I am hoping, based on their updates or functions, they are going to come out with some new ideas. Managing especially Akosumo Dam and the water leak but unfortunately, so special initiative and one district, one dam.
One village, one dam, Sikano could have solved this problem.
Well, it could have contributed because it was about creating reservoirs for animal husbandry and then agriculture irrigation.
Okay. I was me checking how much we pumped into that project because one village one dam maybe any dam no na Nyankopon krade abre no, but ye this kaniti no. We have nothing to do this with it. Engineer could be patch of fan and amiko and nefini yanko sports no one
Senior Vinny, thank you very much for such a wonderful topic. My submission, I think some final submission in ABS. As a nation, let's put away our egos. And we are one. And two, we should also put away partisanship. Three, let's look for pragmatic solutions. And four, let's think about the nation. Mehune says, "Anyama and nine we see a canina ebumwa na ye see agri pia ye beti me ama omina de akronim na ye nuanuma omwakwa here me Volta region and the Eastern region nyina so no." I think let's not wait for this to happen again. Let's find real solutions because it's becoming one too many. I think it's not just the Volta Lake. It's your Toka Caribbean. Not just it's your Toka Caribbean. Not just it's just find independent in the core mind. Let's find real solutions, and I believe that we have the brains in this country to work. For us.
Yo, engineer Kobi ya Mohamed San and in a kitchen common or penny quado Owusuda. Or penny we own him. Or count more. No, I heard more London. The ones ensure there. Oko London and I ensure can see a pad or Thames River. So I'm a problem. I broach a disaster and it said the announced toya a year New York. No, some kind of rainfall in that tall Ghana and Kayawo. Apu. Planet. Ghana de meteo service for planning more much and I cried the meteo for more machines. How much to me ensure do say the better in the next month. In the next year. So they gave us the information. And a problem we have back. I mean, my call your Ghana Black Stars team because your team, almost your more building team. The last time I call World Cup, you go good and massino. Me, my suggestion was that your team young ban sporting activity for about and if you said better I join you. Young say 2 years. Near 3 abonny and build the team Nibu and go for Antimasi. And you go to Pompey Sikawi a Black Stars. Nancy almost a America bought friendlies. Marco share Mexico for share 2-0. Muko share US 4-0. Any team no building a FF1 in penny for a mupel. Maybe sports person. And the family what Keto Krekunen and California. And it's really not about Keto Krekuni GFA. The problem is Ghana Ministry of Youth and Sports, so they are the sports people in totality. And you interested in building Black Stars? No. And your ways and means. We have more qualified players. Ghana, your course football. Me whatever. Obatema, come to 4 pack. Ashama pack. Come to 8 pack. Come to 8 number 7. Come to 4 number 1. Just say, your schools pack. Ghana, you produce a Sebastian Banks. Any why bento nom Danadomo Shamo Leda Chastain Amuina number Stephen Apia Muina number whatever. We have produced serious footballers. And a park no crack can TM if what on park and a grandma park no park not and some at my churches. Any company, any park be you. Say so Batama school beer what park be your mash that to wall. On my bobosia from GS to wall I found because I TM for Beton Park. Cemetery cry at on again. Black Comtina cemetery cry at on. Comtina cemetery at on. Hey, Ghana run there more. Now, me, you know, on Monday, ya ton assassin 1 Ghana cedis, any at all, and Chroma says you 1 Ghana cedis. Minute time I found a metro letter, Abra Bansi a G assassin. Minute time I hear. Can metro letter Abra Bansi a G assassin. We can't continue like this anymore. And yet, this Skyway Pompey in your Black Stars. Marco America, I mean, Hashem 2, Mexico for Hashem 2, America for Hashem, planning training Ben Amode. And if you had him of Kufro Boy, a former presenter of ADDO FM or say you or other places baby so US and every mama good evening near Kwaba.
Major Sophia.
I'm not Black Stars. I say one more de sutro bi cry free Ghana samba.
Oh yeah.
Mexico Diana and I say a US game no ball as no.
And yeah, Mexico game na Ketokreku bodyguard ne ball one guy you know a journalist wa. I know they say do born one man sutro about umiane kon chokuno. And according to me say to Kasa personally, I say he nearly lost his life because it got to a point that now who she boy never saw him, no who she. And you know, it took the timely intervention of the FA Sports Specs and Henry Asante, or Henry Asante na a bit she boy and if like a bit Jane because at that time no Timmy and Hoshi, not boy and me and a condemned no Timmy and Henry the best able until it was a very bad atmosphere.
Wow, that is serious. Wow,
and he
the bodyguard because
yeah, and your first time so why I said, I say Dreams FC crowd training grounds or attacking journalists. I think the attitude that or they were Ghana, and I think never think stopping America, but also if you Ghana subai your pacho, according to the Ghana or me and the course and afraid police when you not to know I saw afraid police, but Mr. Kwabena Yeboah plus other journalists and NPP members Nina Baye ebe pa the chow
police.
Oh jai man cancel calling the police no jai stop police from coming because be a part chow and according to him so at that point no not on one at that time so in terms of friend ye mu ayatna kroma no kakra no bia ene ka kami manage him ka urge him say on free police na justice embra because you can't just say no me I come out say ka you never know what you say and I have crown on my babu
his word against bodyguard no so there because if you saw na bodyguard no so friend no so beka say bia wan share them ya ebia also ne kuma ne I don't know because there are two sides to every story. There are two times. I don't know. So, hospital, like I say, maybe a doctor for what I said, obi suffocating or not, na. Was there a report of hospital?
One hospital, but according to him, no, or call off. According to me and the cause, I don't call off because also or grab the call from behind. And no, then I'm grab the cause from behind. No, so when him say Ghana by attack, what I say, and the whole issue no was like,
no one reporting my police. What's I want call hospital? Here. And you to me hold
that is the problem.
Bodyguard no too much biasa. But I never answer game na kasa. See a team. We spend a lot of money on Black Stars. Be honest, a pesca kakrebia koye dam. She say akoso moyi enkrofo and watch them from all the way from Peru. Aduane ebinum be declare a problem. So it this issue say a Black Stars. Mabebo Mexico 2-0. Mabo US 4-0. Team near building and I say didiska.
Well, if you Namitio now Kabibi say young Jai like service sponsor Black Stars na KFS carrying out that things. And no crowd now can important. But when we say Black Stars no other venue a one microphone being so denya or musika. So they will not advocate say yunguno. But say on the normal level there, Ghana Black Stars there, emphasis so Emma Ghana for for value be a mre minor and Black Star omonje cap be a cap da be na monje cap since 1982 omonje cap be a bi the Black Star na kasa no emfa so be a mre Ghana say e pe board agege ani a ye hwe European games na the G ani Black Star na crowd hwe wakomate more man emfa be a it brings like my father say I am share ne e ka na de beto Ghana man so and more national team ne man say for free we pay them before I be throw be some about blaster biana ye tia omoka na sabe any and some phone pro woman say yes so extra ticket aso ma fia brochire o ne de o ma ba o mo ba so mo mo hwe e dia de ne yen cut cost no that's a place where me no me say bi wa brocha ne for mama ne body blaster from the local players na Premier League na yebo ne body wa because ye dey approach for about amutime nya hwe enti for so be pa na wo so say I was sending a blaster no ye body players from abrochi emfa emwa yen because you start to see a body a blaster na na ye cap no ye the local players that the African Cup of Nations local players nanu ya under 17 ye kwaje under 17 World Cup from 1991 I kwaje under 17 World Cup ye the local players ya kofa players be below the 70 years and France Nigeria France United Kingdom and I say Germany and now Brazil and the boy energy under 17 World Cup you see Ghana for Mobrowa for and here for ma Ghana from Tema now okay Tema players about 60% any other year under 17 Ekoje Cup 1991 1995 is under 17 World Cup. Yes, the boys they work Ghana mobile abroche local under 17 for and crying Tema coast players Kumasi Sunyane Cape Coast secondary Takrademu Tamale Brown and Halfo Eastern region yakika kikabo mu ene de be national team under 17 1995 yaje World Cup 2009 yes of course 2009 under 20 World Cup Ghana ya de look at me aje so edi enti na kire say yentumi nji senior World Cup ye betumi aje but yenye ne o say ye eno na ma da bia no blasters no ebre no nanka upesa oye tima you build it you don't select every day we could under 17 players 1991 Odiomaji World Cup some players no you keep them in the next 2 years no the same players now na say call for under 20
okay
now the ebia makubi awowom until the core of the team by yen progress players no and say yakobo under 17 we are near good team no yakobo edu under 20 and yasa akoya another team you almost bo mu de we are near guno under 23 yakoye team near yakobo tournament omu we are near guno and you know blaster no only feeding project biao sana ya blaster na
yeah and one say identify we say player we agidi wa ha ne akofa na behim frefre kwabo
tournament de do a ne akofa bi fi Germany ya de bi fi France ya bi de bi just say it's a hunu sa you don't plan and how can you build a better national team without doing the right thing from the grassroots level? If you are not doing the right thing from the grassroots level, how can you get a formidable national team? You can't do it. And this time football,
say we and if you this one you are mobile ball your friends Mexico any US explanation for the match or more build the team no the who building be who performance now per team no did you see say there's a passion say even your best share cry no did you see that zeal say and power say we are building this team compare team way to asamoja amu team no
Afia you build a team so build the team and you say and now we players about blasters is here Joseph Painter Jordan Ayew Edmond Addo Ali Dusedu Abu Manafi Gideon Mensah Kudus Atizi Gimun players here don't go America Omabo blaster be more than 5 years. So what are you telling me say you are building a team? How many years na Kudus ball blasters? How many years na Pate ball blasters? How many years na Jordan Ayew ball blasters? We now watch Ali Dusedu ball blaster crowd more than 1 year or 2 years in it. The World Cup be crowd. And you know, these are players did that. A year they selected players are almost a Ghana national jersey pay. And they didn't call Mexico. And they didn't come boy and they share and they didn't come US the share. Yes, we are building the team because these are players are almost a national team jersey. The bad players way about 90% about blaster and it's a rotate almost. The thing is, when we to me because national team you don't have enough time to groom them. Problem I face they don't see it because I'm winning bomb. Omo running a football. No, they don't know football. So when in football, mudia, you have to build it from the under 17. England national team here, omo boy. 3 Lions no. Omo boy is a boy in free under 17. Rashford free England under 17 aba. Jude Bellingham boy England under 17, but an obo senior team. Harry Kane boy England under 17 and obo England national team. Harry Maguire. 80 players there boy na ye players are. Omo from under 17 and they omo national team. Ye Mr. Blaster for say the past 10 years. And I say in the past even 5 years cry. Player Ben obo Blasters under 17 obobi. Unya Blaster players omo unya obi
no. You pen of under 17 akoya me boy.
The tournament to a class one we cry Uncle Bobby. We are a boy class the Uncle Bobby. And you know, yan develop kwala ndu baby ya ye bo under 17 we na say nanu yana ye kobo under 17 and under 20 World Cup. Eye no ma pe no no ma pe and no ma pe and under 20 team no count just recently o count Blaster ho. Bakasa under 20 team ke betimi anya players bi abese 5 cry about beka Blasters because omunya time training
yeah
football a teamwork. And your individuals, football is teamwork.
Because I get the point that you are saying. You're building from what's that? Make us say, make me akolana. You're quite chima. Me ton idea. You're quite chima na because the 24 Vaco Park. Who wants a player? You want to say and a lot of money are they? That is how they groom the team. But what was happening? Mami also a performance the team. No, yeah, team no. Build it. And Adani Black Stars na Adani Sikedia. Edidisika.
If you are say, na me sound so enchia a tifo na fiahwefo na nwumre. Black Stars team na say say wo ho no. Meka say as a impenifo interest is about money. Say yankobo na ye sika na ye sika mfambra. And if you make a good point say team transition any ho. Because first we put me say Steve na pay must start from Starlet under 17 level and by Satellite under 20 and some of more meteors amateur Altibaba Black Stars of Ghana. Bene ye win sir. If you are players no more commitment level, our form. Players are committed to wear the national colors. We want to say security no mobile. And one factor so my national team no any strong of late. Agency. You penny for here football so no. Obia agent. Obia like only players.
Wow.
Yes, it's a conflict of interest no so. It's the main membership football and we player. Who coach Albano, I'll force you to be me player. So be a Sikaba menya biana menya lucrative contracts. Amanako amanane. Menya skagum butum. In Tiama say or money interest in the trim. Be thinking about the personal interest and other factors say. Okay, players are currently or more elbow Black Stars of Ghana. Kind of commitment.
Okay. Can you blame the players though? Say the only yes. Can true. Some penny for no agency or Mudeju or Musica. Some player also join on no interest in who. Because some
yes,
because officials we are committed. I want a player never say it's kind of cramming among judges say a coach one more time papa crammer findi. Almost to me the musica crutches say fan build the team no. They will play from their hearts. But who buy and who officials no more 10%. It will not because even selection to the Black Stars. See, I think Mujis cancer here, they want you recruit you.
I know you need evidence to back it because Sana Abba, a room why yet say the Americans have a selection among for perception. We say you didn't publish guns and you select your Maba national team no because you play like Edmond ADDO and against US game no start. Edmond ADDO since July or board the match have not Vesda. Our Serbia, we both just 14 minutes. But your players will command the first 11, our more various clubs. I bench more Black Stars. Now will be our bench, our team, on team in your starting lineup, Emono, or national team, or not starting ahead of player, or both day in, day out. It's a day impression I will create. And players not committed because when say, be like a legit way of fight about Black Stars. And you know what say? You say in the forecast in the story, he banned them for pay yet. And he may not that boy. Then me come home, idea or never sounds for me. It's the commitment you need. You're not committed. Young compare national team players to that of Senegal, Teranga Lions. Yes, some players almost senior young, almost senior players, almost more high profile teams and senior players. But the young commitment level when it comes to national team. Almost national team, almost coach you Aliu Sisi. Or first AFCON and second AFCON and still almost take it to the coach. Omunya did say no, ye nyabutema coach na. Ebetima ye players never they play their heart out. They play for the coach. Omunya na last AFCON Senegal team ko ye. If you get on a commitment in it's high time or say a head coach a friend Chris Hutton, or you body enough, at or you too soft. Gentility need doors no. E jama ase.
Yes, no so na koye broni anka we di anka no betimi de VIM akasaba se. Sika akono kra no fire chen ono.
If you're bad now, what you say? He hopes no was rested to beat my year, Chuma. But the first collapse no year, no. What you say? Oh, not based on merit. By for whole corner, you say collapse you are players be omunya collapse. Questionable. What you guys a bianca maka edwon ADDO. Since July, we about just 14 minutes out in the class. But Oba Black Stars was starting. I'm a Salis Muhammad or both day in day out at the bench. It's all justifying itself. If they're not placing you committed, it's high time or say it's in the native form. Name names in the Black Stars Nibu. Near committed players. Near criteria.
Kwakusa bana just what some say friendly to na ebe boy and dey sika na hye me boy.
Oh, sika dey told you. Sika dey akoso mo dam no dey sika no ko. Sika dey.
Game mienu na ye boy na e ka say na say wo, do you know?
Yes, last according to Ghana Football Association, PRO, and the Kasai, or say Ghana Mohoka, US and Mexico, the far hoka, but the actual amount in the when to me and to the infant today. Into the specific amount, say,
I do plane ticket almost free Ghana, Nina, Ghana and Boka.
Yes, according to Herasa to Chumsano Kache, say Ghana and Sandy, even 10 years.
Wait there, can't you must go so ja. Wait there.
But as you remember, we be pay. Yeah, the team echo Korea.
Yen chiafe kra.
Yeah, ABS pay the team Korea echo ball. Ama you see ya moka yes you nya benefit be just a fen keke. Yes some ranch go play no ba for friend mat keke. Yes I dey omaba. According to explanation na GFA communication directorate Eddie Man. Is asam no like again. Yen place no to feel say Ekoyo and Koyo, you better sacrifice coach. Problem is about coach because current administration you buy 4 years, 5 coaches and a coach Black Stars. Did me say average coach be no 1 year of Black Stars. Because Ekoyo and Koyo coach you better players they are untouchable. No more. It is high time was said native for me say you committed players. Players are or mobile come one more minor. You go to a time be 7 up here. Come on, captain. Or no, you see pocket money. If you play ticket, my players about Black Stars. Because I want to say, the current players of Black Stars, when they beat my on one personal money, so you can take it a fellow players about Black Stars. Obiano obey because I'm about we do one match at $10,000 bonus or the call. No, my or man, you see this guy, but each match be get $10,000 bonus. And from her because a Juman on way, but so by a Juman also we committed. You see, the guy you can hear for so do also. Next year, any.
I won't know the blame in my players, no, and if they
Players committed. Players committed.
Okay, fellas, my member also. First of all, would you two say, yeah, friend is two when Ghana a free, or see GFA 40 a free. Hello, Felix. Oh, microphone off. Oh, microphone off. Also microphone.
Yeah. But as far as we are concerned, no. And na friendly match. And America for Mexico for no cross and you want to free agency be and I will organize a friendly match no and initially US and watchers of back account or the Mexico count and you know nyashi and I so ya mokebia say any friendly matches in us and work actually nyashi so ya mokebia
but Felix said that who senior sports presenter akosi upon and if you nyina true say yet to me boyfriend there yam moka bia say plane ticket to aduane omukọ hotel omukọ da ni nyina free Ghana and
yeah to me crab friendly na ya nyahwe na ya sen abohoka what you say ya sen abohoka 18 no the AC da because there are certain expenses team ni beye no what is bill never bread ministry here, and I say from the GFA coffers. It it happens. Testy. Now say no sanya man esia. Unse yin central for na ya hoden ni so. Ya ndi ane se ye be kan ye de ato abonten. Na afen so no ye kan ye de to abonten kra no ba be enemy of the FA. Ebi ane se ne nansan. Ebi ane se ne nansan se do adamu wobro no wo Charlotte.
Yeah, but other for reporting detail right now, we can't confirm say actually say Bonampa.
Bruno say and
Bono.
and not Tennessee ho I mean obiar can even if penifuni be cra worker. Na say and information kakra menyai with regards to from say do the moon ada for back Maryland those say one free police the case number police, but I think say I late because I didn't see it there and then. No, you could have done something about it or press the charge. You see, sometimes I want us to test the law, and yet family nyami German and Kano endorse do. Etele bi amumi and test the law. No near my law ni nyajuma kakra. What you say? Sir, Branton now ordinance akoka see do. This is not the first time. This is not the second time. Why what's your security man? I don't know which training or
okay, but Felix, we do only handy man and can go to Subebe because they are not because there are always 2 or 3 sides to a story. But is there hope for your team? Young question friend because friendly is 2 nina. Once you share a poto 2-0, 4-0.
Yeah, if you have say friendly be able to be a robesha. Friendly be able to be a robesha. And even match be able to be a crown obesha. Because if you this is a team, first no case a Comoros and a Ghana babishia. Na Comoros and Ghana tough timer. Unjendi. What can say our friend Madagascar and a Ghana babishia. No Bema Ghana tough timer. Unjendi. Bene teams are Ghana is struggling against a Comoros no Madagascar no. One Ghana is struggling against. And you go to Senegal no many Ivory Coast no more there. And then I forget it. So what I say Mali. What draw? What draw? And saying, and I say when you call African Cup, baby, I will Mali eka ho. Obi I am Shishano. Mozambique no mina.
Any team? They say any team won't.
Yeah. Any team. And make us be a materials ne de inki ye materials no. You see, and you call post match conference no question back on me beside the day are you Jordan are you and say in their respective clubs they are playing very well. They say one about friendly match and in Guasia area Warwick. What about if next week the headlines will be all about Ghanaian players? Salis is playing very well at France. Champions League on the lens, on the Obo lens. Champions League, he is playing all the time. Originally, Jordan Ayew Nankasa, he is the most fouled player ever English Premier League. Jordan Ayew is the most fouled player. That means, say, at what channel? And on him say, won't ball and so I won't try. What channel? Last month, on player of the month, I will need him. Jordan Ayew.
Wow.
Yeah,
Jordan Ayew. Good.
Yeah, at Zigia, Mexico for share and Mugiasigo being. Oko Switzerland, the best goalkeeper of Switzerland. Mohamed Kudus, Eba, West Ham. Share Mohamed Kudus says he's been the star boy West Ham team in him. He scored some goals. Wow. Semenyo ya order anymore go shakra diamani. Semenyo esuko ni team. At least he is doing quite well. On your people watch a goal near likewise yen top striker Inaki Obagana and so far since Ekofane by on share one goal per Ghana, but Okoni team was playing now. He's scoring over there. So
what is the problem? What is the problem?
You said Bibisa Jordan say one kasa one players one din komo. And then any problem ninti a what Black Stars anymore. Yeah, who's performance? No, so say team. No, there are a lot of new players and young players. Almost about 13 young new players, and we'll hear more matches for them to gel, for them to know how we'll be able to ball. But I think say,
but they're not all players who are no class. So say, baby, yeah, they all
it goes beyond
so
that.
So is it not true? Say they are not true. Say how I administer football? No, you manage players. No, problem, and not just the players.
Oh yeah, and also can be some new players you already Bebrena don't deserve to be in the Black Stars. Bebrena don't deserve to be in the Black Stars because they are French players. What you say? They don't say Edmonado ya Obonidi. I mean, what is his performance on the team? Obi say Konestaifa. And Joy FM presenter Bakubisa say players be to say Konestaifa. Black Stars more than 10 times. So woman in border. Just in Nancy and Liberia ball Ghana, and I could start Fanny Kakra. So, because who said, we only have for 10 beyond, you rely on external sources. Says Ghana football, no, ya be anyhow for. Until you say, see, to say, Kofi Poku bi atwiniti e Washington a ne yedu Kofi Poku bebo man yen yet say akwasi ada bi atwiniti wo ha yo ade atwiniti akwasi ada bra bebo man yen enti ya sesaw players bi aba team ni mu a woni sa Ghana entitewe no apart from that no they are just French players. I feel say, oh, players see that will be. See, I'm quite confirmed one must see a Nasa be or my food be found one man the bomb my and then they are England, the Yerepa, other players show. So I'm not a bomb for my Calum Holson or the nominee, were friend day in Ketiano Yapon, Joe's woman, bomb for mine. But we are forgetting to develop our own. Obagana development today says a course league, egu. First, Okatema, a while now fear. What quotes are not Tema Yabia, what it two quotes pass, bounce, no one can so I say, Uban cry, Kumasa, I don't know what the two quote players, and they quotes no egu, and was the Academy, news Susua, and why am ye to me ye tipo na ye say, Obi to say Tom Vernon, Obroni friend Tom Vernon, on any girlfriend, Eban Strasho or Ghana Keke. And I would decide to say, one who say players, Ghana what talents pa, it's one for your renting and what team Ghana. And what you say, what fat boys live if you street this so no one better now with you, no one more crime and one ball. And a Tom Vernon and a girlfriend, no, why you and what two boys live, and I feel what better right to Dream Academy. And what it is to Academy, no. And then am I in Kudus no, am I in Niamanum, am I in players baby, what about the am I in? And to Ghana and Kasa, and Tom Vernon Nebaya and Kasa players, where are they? And so
there be Kudus Ghana and Kajis Oko to young and Sunny at the team. But young future, no, what is the future? Because they say you know committed. You're doing Ghana, you're Ghana, but yen to me 2 years can go. Ebiana akoto mo ya fly yen yesika. We can't continue to throw money away with Black Stars. Also be aba no abedi. To the day na sika no ho asemba. Aban na woto so no ye beto atiawo. And we've been doing this game of chess. Okay, say eyiba muntaka ba ministry. Say ya ni akana muntaka modi sika modi. You know now ko ayare gaba esa ebisefi ankasa. We can't continue to do that. Yeah. Me yes sports person, but my game coins kakra and I was saying say yen closely yen collapse your football activities in 2-3 years. Yen build the team ni yen service canon. If you need to cover friendly ya mo de koburun kofu amfanya hi. What do you think? What is the future? Then you bet me a bebo team no na me more for enjoy no mo choma game.
I think the future no and say you be try yen India dia hwe yen grassroots football ni ye. Na ye de ehihye bi ato kwan mu sane ebe ya yentumi enkese yereton players wa because if ya okwa wani ehwe achi a wo ya research bi hu say Ghana players ekwama no ne pa but Ghana players dodo ekwama no ne over 500 players a year no sika efi mu bakra endu 9 million endu $10 million enti no sabi ohia no so a ababedo kro yan ni enti no player no fefe ya ne ama no so ne de ne ko ofefe ya ne ama no so ne de ko enti players ni nya kwan and develop ye wo Ghana ho ansana ya de won kwa ama so ne akwakoton won na ye kwakoton won krampo na se wo bobo no 1 year 2 years a won ahoden no eni soro enti se ne na abrofo hwehwe no etu be won se won agya won se wa mafie bi o ma na de nani akere Thailand or nani akere aman bi a won ko bobo kra so ana o man bi na fe be so robo division 2 or robo division 3 because e ho no obenya berebi kakra wo ho eti e wo se yesan ehwe grassroots football ni ye na GFA fo no e ma sika na da won anim no e ba form kakra na fe wodi won ani ehwe eye teams no ko if e be e mobo se onim se Ghana football ankasa one product any Ghana league no Ghana League na Ghana Football Association one deal. And so one Ghana League na JJ mun na wenyi na di Black Stars na chi. If say ho na cash cow, e ho na obenya bi atafre. E na league na bre. If ya Ghana League no sponsorship papa bi a hye danim. No ko je sponsorship no wo de ba. Na se sponsorship ne 1 million na. Nia eco football clubs ne ho e be 300 400. Nia ka nyina oh yeah the be rook pram yeah the be yes bon say teams ni here sika no kwode aye team ni ye no na sika no mpanifo no atra sika nyina ti I say when sika no wode adi wanim no eba form na wo boa clubs no ema clubs so eteto na fe ade ba kon so favoritism no e wo say eba form kakra hwe ye league players be to say Richard Boadu Agadas no money lampe no mo bokotoko sa midfield Edmond Addo a onu ibo ni din oboy lampe no betimi abo wow Agadas no betimi abo local league na kasa ye ntwa ni hwe local league ti players ne so onya team bi wo Tanzania na oko onya team bi wo oko because say obo league no na se league no afia na enye mo bo say ye ni obi o shego Ghana Black Stars best goalkeeper na best goalkeeper and I say goalkeeper no Ghana Premier League nim Abraham referee also on football club ADDO tete also on football club biom because of Ghana League on your goalkeeper we from Black Stars we money climb on about justify the inclusion it's football no why frustrated on biom Abraham jai ball
it is so why
oh jai ball
oh you Ghana here
our Ghana here
I think Ghana League in the Omobile say even Togo can obenya contract obekwa akobo
nti o so o chance obenya contract